What's going on? Some interesting stuff is going on with Trump. Obviously, I was just talking about the fucking tariffs and shit and all the stuff he's been doing financially and economically, but this might be worse. In fact, this is worse. I think this is the worst thing he's talked about since he came into office, and it's not getting enough attention. Today I'm going to be talking about it. Let's just get right into it.
We know that you have a crime problem, a terrorism problem that you need help with. And we're a small country, but if we can help, we'll do it. And we actually turned the murder capital of the world, that was the journalists call it, right? Murder capital of the world, into the safest country in the Western Hemisphere. And, you know, sometimes they say that we imprison thousands. I like to say that we actually liberated millions. So, you know, like,
That's very good. Who gave him that line? Do you think I can use that?
yes. And in fact, Mr. President, you have 350 million people to liberate.
Yeah.
But to liberate 350 million people, you have to imprison some. You know, that's the way it works, right? You cannot just, free the criminals and think crime is going to go down magically. You have to imprison them so you can liberate 350 million Americans that are asking for the end of crime and the end of terrorism. And it can be done. I mean, you're doing it already. And I'm sure that people have seen the change in the streets. A long way to go because you're just initiating your second term. But it's clear that, with the numbers at the border, even in Democrat-run cities.
Let's go ahead and pull this up. I have Human Rights Watch pulled up on here. The El Salvador president obviously just said that, they went from the murder capital to one of the safest countries in the Western Hemisphere, or whatever he said. We can't obviously dismiss that was done artificially. I mean, I'm not saying it was, but it is very realistic to say that did happen. People held in CCOT, or the massive mega prison that they're putting everyone in, denied communication with their relatives and lawyers. They will never leave, okay? For we can arrest anyone. In one case, a person who died in custody was buried in a mass grave without the family's knowledge. This practice could amount to enforced disappearance if authorities intentionally concealed the fate or whereabouts of the detainee. In a separate Human Rights Watch report, the February 2020 title, Deported to Danger, Human Rights Watch investigator reported the conditions in Salvadorian prisons experienced by Salvadorian nationals deported by the United States. In interviews with deportees and their relatives or friends, we collected accounts of 3 male deportees from the U.S. who said they were beaten by police or soldiers during arrest, followed by beatings during their time in custody, which lasted 3 days to over a year. During their time in prison, 2 of these individuals reported being kicked in the face and testicles. A third man described being kicked by guards in the neck and abdomen, which has sustained injuries. El Salvador's prisons have been called out by Human Rights Watch for cases of torture, ill treatment, severe violations of due process, and inhumane conditions such as lack of access to adequate health care and food. Sending U.S. citizens there could cross the 8th Amendment's prohibition against cruel and unusual punishment and violate restrictions against imprisoning people for more than 500 miles from home that Trump signed into law in 2018 as part of the First Step Act. This is disgusting. So El Salvador is known for overcrowding and inhumane conditions, lack of basic needs, abuse and torture allegations, a lot of them is from what we've been seeing. Human Rights Watch called the prison system a machinery of mass incarceration and abuse. So let's go ahead and look at this clip. This is the clip that everyone's talking about. This is the clip that everyone is defending. I've posted shorts about this on YouTube and TikTok, and people are just defending it. It is disgusting and crazy.
If they're criminals and if they hit people with baseball bats over their head that happen to be 90 years old, if they rape 87-year-old women in Coney Island, Brooklyn, that influences them. What do you think? There's a special category of person. They're as bad as anybody that comes in. We have bad.
You mentioned that you were open.
So before he even specified what criminals are going there, he said criminals in general. He mentioned rape. Trump, when are you self-deporting yourself? Because you went to trial not too long ago. I don't even think it was 3 years ago. I think it was 2023. Bro went to trial for rape and was found guilty by a civil case. Wasn't criminal, so he didn't serve any time or anything, but I'm pretty sure he paid a hefty bill for it. Yeah, when the fuck are you going to El Salvador, buddy? Obviously what he's doing, he's saying these horrible criminals, and that's what's getting these people on board with it. That's why these Trump supporters are supporting it. They're not understanding that he's just emotionally baiting these people to like, oh, I'm gonna pick the most monstrous groups in society and I'm gonna use them as bait to why people should support me. It's fucking disgusting. No trial has been taken, no due process, nothing was respected. It's just, if the government tells you that you did this, you're going to El Salvador and you're gonna go to these prisons where you get tortured, and they are concentration camps. They are literally concentration camps. This is fucking disgusting and inhumane and fascist. If you support this, you support fascism. You are a Nazi. I mean, I don't know what else to call these people. If you support this, you are literally a Nazi. You're supporting these people going to a concentration camp because of a certain group. I mean, it doesn't matter who the fuck you are, what the fuck you did. You deserve a trial, you deserve due process. In this country, at least, you do. I see people on Twitter just comparing this to when Biden didn't abide by the Constitution and gave people student loans or some shit. What the fuck? How did those two even correlate? Due process exists for a reason. He's not just going for rapists. He's gonna go for whoever the fuck he doesn't like. What happens when protesters, what happens when he wants to silence them? Guess what's gonna happen? He's gonna charge them for domestic terrorism, just like people who have been drawing on Teslas. He's been saying that they're committing domestic terrorism. Are those people gonna go there too? What the fuck? All I'm saying is Hitler used his first targets as criminals and communists. Those were his targets at first. It starts with the people that you don't like, and then it moves to whatever the fuck they want to send. Whoever the fuck they want to send there is going to be sent there. It's disgusting. It's inhumane. It's... oh my god. Let me pull something up for you. Whatever dumbasses want to say this is economically right and it would just save us more money. Chat. This is how big El Salvador is compared to Dallas fucking Texas. Are we fucking serious? You gonna tell me this is saving us money? Bro, we have the resources. We have the space. We have the facilities already, actually. He wants to send these people there so that their death isn't on US soil and isn't in Trump's hands. Let's address some comments. And I just want to say before we even start going through these comments, the comments and the people that I see supporting this shit is absolutely disgusting. Like, before, you know, when I make these videos, I made this shit about, you know, obviously I'm clickbaiting a little bit, I'm rage baiting, Trump crashed the stock market and he's gonna ruin your life. He's gonna ruin your life. But honestly, with the clip that I posted, basically talking about the same thing I just talked about, people are fucking disgusting. It's actually, it sickens me. It's nasty. Alright, let's get into some of these comments. Okay, so we just skipped past the part where he said that people that beat elderly people with bats and rape them and murder people. I was about to say I get where you're coming from, but I don't get where you're coming from at all. Everyone in this fucking country goes through a process. It doesn't matter who you are, because your favorite fucking athlete, LeBron James, could get accused for fucking rape, so he's gonna get sent to El Salvador without a process, without a trial. What the fuck then? Like, I gotta bring in LeBron James to talk to these people. They're so fucking stupid. Are you sticking up for these type of criminals he described? I'm not even gonna bother. I'm not gonna lie. Someone said he is. Some dumbass said if you're illegal, you don't have constitutional rights. He doesn't live in this fucking country. I don't know what he's talking about. He didn't say that they wouldn't have due process. Second, what's the cruel, unusual punishment? You're talking about people committing heinous crimes. He didn't say that the people wouldn't have due process, but it has already been happening to thousands of immigrants. They don't get due process. Some of these people are fucking legal. Look at Kilmar Garcia. I should make a whole video on him. Oh my god, bro. These people get proved innocent and only have evidence of the contrary, and they still get deported. There is no fucking due process when it has to do with stuff like this. What's the cruel, unusual punishment? We already went over that with the El Salvadorian prisons. You're talking about people committing heinous crimes. Doesn't matter. Someone said if they're naturalized citizens, meaning they're not originally from the U.S., and you care about their human rights, but they don't have any regard for human rights or life, but want U.S. taxpayers to, I'm guessing, pay or whatever to accommodate them in prison. Nah, bro, you're dead wrong on this, and they can go rot in a foreign prison from the country they came from. Oh my god, these idiots, bro. Naturalized citizens are just as American as anyone born here. If you think some people don't deserve human rights because they committed crimes, that's not justice, that's authoritarianism, you're a Nazi. Someone just flat out said, I guess I'm a Nazi. And I'm gonna go ahead and just leave this here. I am so fucking disappointed in whatever fucking TikTok is making, whatever algorithm my content is going to. The people who fucking live in this country, they're brainwashed. It's crazy. They need to be fixed. The people who want to send these people to concentration camps are the people that need to go to the fucking concentration camps. This shit's crazy. Fuck it, I'm gonna start ending the video with a word of the video. Or the word of the day. Word of the day. Disgusting.